Georgia and into the Carolinas. Idalia crashed ashore in Florida's Big Bend as a Category 3 after briefly reaching Cat 4 status early this morning.
Well, towns along Florida's Gulf Coast are dealing with significant flooding today. Some areas right on the water saw record-breaking storm surge.
The whole front building at the faraway end where the swings were just came apart.
Unfortunately, we've not seen the worst of what the storm's impacts are going to be.
Idalia is still packing damaging winds as it makes its way up the East Coast, and right now the tropical storm warning extends from Florida into North Carolina.
That is a large area, so let's get an update on where Idalia is heading from your local weather expert, Chief Meteorologist Chris Franklin.
We're going to start back in time with a very well forecasted. I will say this was days out when it was just still an open wave, not even an invest. The bullseye had always been around the Big Bend of Florida, and sure enough, now that doesn't mean all tropical systems will be this well forecasted, but it just goes to show you how good our computer models have gotten. Going back in time to midnight last night or early this morning, and right at about 5 we started to see the extreme outer eye wall moving onshore in the Big Bend. And as we continued till about 6 a.m. the inner eye wall started to move on land, and then the eye completely moving inland by about 6:30 to 7 a.m. and then moving quickly into South Georgia and now into South Carolina, where it still is packing quite a punch. The latest, though, as of the 4 o'clock advisory, did weaken it down to a tropical storm. So from the time of landfall till just the last hour, it was still a hurricane. Forecasted path, though, does take the remnants of it, or I shouldn't say the remnants, but still is a tropical storm. What is left of the kind of evolving storm, as now we're getting drier air moving into the western and southern side of it across North Carolina, possibly tropical storm force winds in the Outer Banks, and then eventually what we'll see is this getting kind of merged with what will be the remnants of Franklin. So it looks more and more likely that this is going to stay out in the open Atlantic. Now,